As a kidney specialist, I have spent decades studying the gradual decline of kidney function in patients who seem perfectly healthy on the outside, yet were suffering silently on the inside. What is most alarming is not the rare diseases or genetic conditions we often associate with kidney failure. It is the ordinary habits that people carry out daily without question. These seemingly harmless behaviors quietly chip away at kidney health until the damage becomes irreversible. The most dangerous part that is that people do not feel kidney pain until the organs are already seriously impaired. And by then, it is often too late to undo the damage. That is why I feel compelled to speak out about the three common daily habits I see destroying kidneys over time. Habit number one is dehydration or inadequate water intake. Your kidneys filter your blood to remove waste toxins and excess fluids. Without enough water, this filtration process becomes inefficient. When you do not drink enough water, your urine becomes more concentrated, and that concentrated waste irritates the kidneys over time. Worse still, dehydration increases the risk of kidney stones, which can block the urinary tract, cause infections, and overwork the kidneys. I see this problem especially in older adults who no longer feel thirst as strongly or who avoid water to reduce trips to the bathroom. But regardless of age, your body needs consistent hydration. Ideally, adults should aim for at least 1.5 to 2 liters of clean water per day, unless directed otherwise by a doctor. Coffee, soda, or juice does not count toward this requirement. Habit number two is excessive use of over-the-counter painkillers, especially NSAIDs like ibuprofen and naproxen. These medications are widely used for headaches, back pain, or arthritis. But regular use, even just a few times a week over long periods, can reduce blood flow to the kidneys and directly damage the kidney tissues. I have seen far too many patients with chronic kidney disease that develop silently after years of self-medicating with painkillers. Many people are unaware that kidneys are highly sensitive to chemical overload. If you take these drugs regularly, it is critical to consult a doctor for safer alternatives or dosage adjustments. Never combine painkillers with dehydration. That is a direct assault on your kidneys. Habit number three is consuming too much salt. Sodium is essential for bodily function, but most modern diets are overloaded with salt. Processed foods, canned soups, fast food snacks, and even many restaurant meals are packed with sodium. High salt intake forces the kidneys to work harder to remove the excess. Over time, this pressure can scar the delicate blood vessels in the kidneys and lead to hypertension, which further worsens kidney health. I always advise patients to limit salt to under 2,300 milligrams per day, ideally closer to 1,500. Read labels and cook more meals at home using fresh ingredients. Add flavor with herbs and spices rather than reaching for the malt shaker. I understand that these habits feel small and insignificant, but I assure you they are not. I have seen people in their 40s and 50s needing dialysis not because of some catastrophic disease, but because they ignored these basic principles. Kidney health is not about waiting for problems to appear. It is about protecting your kidneys daily through small, conscious choices. In the next sections, I will explain in detail how each of these habits causes cellular damage within the kidney and what you can do today to reverse the harm before it is too late. Let us now take a deeper look into the biological damage caused by these seemingly minor habits. Starting with chronic dehydration, the impact goes beyond simply having darker urine. When you do not drink enough water, your blood volume decreases, and this directly reduces the amount of blood flowing to the kidneys. Reduced perfusion forces the kidneys to retain more waste instead of eliminating it properly. Over time, the tiny filtering units inside the kidneys, known as nephrons, become inflamed and scarred. This condition is called interstitial nephritis, and it often begins without symptoms. With ongoing dehydration, these microscopic filters harden and lose their ability to clean the blood efficiently. As a result, more toxins remain in the bloodstream, placing a greater burden on other organs, including the liver and heart. I have seen patients with long-term low water intake develop stage 3 chronic kidney disease without ever realizing it was happening. Next, let us explore how NSAID painkillers cause cellular damage. NSAIDs work by blocking an enzyme called cyclooxygenase, which reduces pain and inflammation. But this same enzyme also plays a crucial role in maintaining healthy blood flow to the kidneys. When this pathway is blocked, it causes constriction of the blood vessels inside the kidneys. This reduces oxygen and nutrient delivery to kidney tissue and over time leads to ischemic injury or tissue death. Even worse is the damage done to the glomeruli, the delicate clusters of capillaries that filter waste from blood. I have seen lab results showing decreased glomerular filtration rate in patients who thought they were just managing back pain with store-bought medication. Worse still, some combine NSAIDs with alcohol or energy drinks, which further compounds the toxicity. It is also important to understand that the elderly and those with diabetes or hypertension are at even higher risk. Their kidneys are already vulnerable, and these medications act like a slow poison over the years. Regarding excess salt, the mechanism of damage is equally insidious. When you consume a salty meal, your blood sodium level rises. In response, your body retains more water to dilute the salt and maintain balance. This increases blood volume and blood pressure. The kidneys respond by working harder to filter the extra fluid. Over time, this constant strain thickens the blood vessels within the kidneys, causing them to narrow and harden. The result is called nephrosclerosis, a condition that impairs blood filtration and accelerates kidney aging. Many people do not realize that 70% of sodium in their diet comes not from the salt shaker, but from packaged and restaurant foods. I had a patient who never added salt to meals, yet consumed daily instant noodles, canned sauces, and cold cuts. His blood pressure remained high and kidney function deteriorated. Once we removed those foods and replaced them with fresh ingredients, his health improved within weeks. Prevention is possible, but only if we understand the damage on a microscopic level. In my practice, I use ultrasound and blood panels to detect early signs of kidney stress. Elevated creatinine levels, protein in the urine, or a declining filtration rate are all red flags. But you do not need fancy equipment to take action. Start by observing your daily habits. Ask yourself, am I drinking enough clean water? How often do I take painkillers? Do I rely on processed food for convenience? Once you become aware of these patterns, it becomes easier to change. I recommend keeping a hydration log for 1 week. Record every glass of water you drink. You may be surprised to find you are under the minimum threshold. For those taking NSAIDs, speak with a healthcare provider about safer alternatives, such as topical creams, physical therapy, or herbal remedies with proven anti-inflammatory effects. And for salt, begin by cooking 2 home-prepared meals per day. Replace instant noodles with whole grains and swap salty snacks with fruits or raw nuts. Your taste buds will adjust within 2 to 3 weeks, and you will no longer crave heavy salt. The kidneys are incredibly resilient, but only if given the right support. Even patients with stage 2 kidney disease have reversed their condition through lifestyle change. The key is consistency. Daily small actions compound into long-term protection. In the next section, I will guide you through a sample 1-day kidney-friendly routine, including meals, fluids, movement, and rest, to help you build a sustainable plan that supports kidney health. To maintain kidney health consistently, it is essential to integrate supportive habits into your daily routine. Many people believe they need expensive detox programs or complicated supplements to protect their kidneys. The truth is, kidney support comes from simple actions done regularly and mindfully. Let me walk you through a sample 1-day kidney-friendly lifestyle based on decades of clinical observation and evidence. Start your morning with hydration. Upon waking, drink a glass of clean room temperature water. This jumpstarts your kidneys, helps flush overnight waste, and stimulates bowel movements. You may add a slice of cucumber or a few drops of lemon juice if tolerated to enhance the alkalinity. Avoid reaching immediately for coffee. Give your body at least 30 minutes of water only before introducing caffeine. Next, eat a kidney-supportive breakfast. A bowl of cooked oats with unsweetened almond milk topped with chia seeds and a handful of blueberries is ideal. This meal is high in soluble fiber, antioxidants, and plant-based protein while being low in sodium and phosphorus. Avoid processed breakfast meats, sugary cereals, or anything with artificial sweeteners. After breakfast, move your body. Moderate activity improves circulation, which directly supports kidney filtration. A 20-minute walk, light yoga, or Tai Chi helps oxygenate your tissues, reduce blood pressure, and encourage lymphatic drainage. Do not wait for symptoms to start exercising. Consistency is what protects your kidneys long-term. Mid-morning, make time for another glass of water. If you feel hungry, choose a snack such as a small apple, a boiled egg, or a handful of raw, unsalted almonds. Stay away from protein bars or packaged snacks, which often contain hidden salt and chemicals. For lunch, focus on balance. A kidney-friendly lunch might include steamed brown rice, sautéed spinach, grilled tofu or white fish, and a fresh cucumber salad. Season with lemon, garlic, and herbs instead of sauces or soy. Always read ingredient labels. Even simple condiments can contain high amounts of sodium, phosphate, or potassium additives, which burden the kidneys. After lunch, practice gentle breathing or mindfulness for 10 minutes. Stress raises cortisol, and cortisol disrupts the body's fluid and electrolyte balance, which indirectly affects your kidneys. Deep belly breathing or a few moments of silence can reset your nervous system and give your organs the break they need. In the afternoon, stay hydrated. Sip water slowly and avoid sugary beverages. If needed, herbal teas like chamomile or nettle support both hydration and kidney cleansing without caffeine. For dinner, choose lighter options. Avoid red meat, cheese, and processed sauces, and instead opt for steamed sweet potatoes, green beans, and a small portion of grilled salmon or lentils. Eat early, ideally before 7 p.m., to give your kidneys enough time to filter before you sleep. Late-night eating disrupts the natural detox cycle of the body. Before bed, take a few moments to reflect. Gratitude journaling or gentle stretching can support relaxation, which improves kidney circulation during sleep. Avoid screen time for 30 minutes before bedtime to help melatonin production. Quality sleep is one of the most overlooked kidney protectors. During sleep, your kidneys balance fluids, detoxify, and repair tissues. Aim for 7 to 8 hours of uninterrupted rest in a dark, quiet room. This 24-hour structure may seem simple, but it mirrors what I have seen work in hundreds of patients with early kidney stress. It is not about perfection, but consistency. Over time, these patterns reduce inflammation, lower blood pressure, and enhance your kidney's resilience. One small shift, such as replacing sugary drinks with water or cutting back on salty snacks, can have a powerful ripple effect. If you live with high blood pressure, diabetes, or a family history of kidney disease, these habits are not optional. They are essential. Prevention is the most powerful form of treatment. In the next section, I will share real case studies of patients who reversed early kidney damage by adopting a few key daily changes and how you can model your journey on theirs. Let me now share with you a few real-life examples of patients who turned their kidney health around by making daily changes. These cases are not miracles. They are the result of consistent effort, education, and small decisions repeated day after day. The first case is Mr. Tanaka, a 62-year-old retired factory worker who came to my clinic with elevated creatinine levels and mild proteinuria. He had no symptoms, just occasional fatigue, which he thought was from aging. His daily diet included instant noodles, processed meats, salty snacks, and he rarely drank plain water. After reviewing his lifestyle, we created a simple plan. He began drinking 2 liters of water per day, eating more vegetables, and cutting out instant foods. He replaced processed meat with tofu, fish, and home-cooked meals. After 3 months, his creatinine dropped to normal and his urine protein disappeared. More importantly, his energy returned and his blood pressure stabilized. The second case is Mrs. Sato, a 55-year-old schoolteacher with a long history of joint pain. She had been taking NSAID painkillers almost every day for years, believing they were harmless. When she came to me, her glomerular filtration rate had dropped significantly. She was shocked to learn her kidney function had declined by over 30%. We immediately stopped the NSAIDs and transitioned her to acupuncture, physical therapy, and anti-inflammatory herbal extracts. At the same time, she began drinking more water, reducing salt, and walking daily. Within 4 months, her kidney function stabilized, and she no longer needed pain medication. Her sleep improved, and she reported less swelling in her legs and hands. The third case is Mr. Nguyen, a 47-year-old office worker diagnosed with stage 2 chronic kidney disease. He had a family history of diabetes and hypertension and was consuming a typical modern diet high in processed food and sugar. He was also overweight and sedentary. Rather than prescribing medications, I asked him to commit to a 30-day lifestyle challenge. He agreed to drink 2.5 liters of water per day, eliminate soft drinks, reduce sodium, and start a daily 15-minute walk. We also included a weekly meal prep routine to avoid takeout food. After just 1 month, his kidney markers improved significantly. His weight dropped by 3 kilograms and his blood sugar stabilized. Encouraged by the progress, he continued the new habits. At 6 months, his kidneys had returned to near normal function. These stories are not rare. They show how powerful basic changes can be. What these patients shared was not luck, but the willingness to act early before symptoms became irreversible. If you are reading this and thinking it might be too late for you, I urge you to reconsider. Your kidneys have regenerative capacity, especially when damage is not yet advanced. It is never too late to start protecting them. The first step is not perfection. It is awareness. Knowing what hurts your kidneys and what supports them gives you control. From that point, small habits like drinking more water, choosing fresh food, and avoiding unnecessary medication become acts of healing. Many patients fear they cannot change, but change does not require dramatic transformation. It only asks for one new step each day. These stories prove that daily consistent effort brings results. If you are ready, I invite you to start your own healing journey. In the next section, I will outline a personalized checklist to evaluate your current habits and help you build a kidney health action plan that fits your life. To truly take control of your kidney health, you need a personal roadmap that fits your life, not someone else's. That is why I have created a simple yet effective self-assessment checklist to help you understand where you stand and what steps you can begin today. This checklist is divided into 4 main categories: hydration, medication, diet, and lifestyle. Each section includes key questions. Answer honestly, and you will gain insight into how your daily choices affect your kidneys. Let us begin with hydration. Do you drink at least 2 liters of clean water every day? Do you rely mostly on tea, coffee, or soda instead of plain water? Do you notice your urine is dark yellow or has a strong odor? If you answered no to the first and yes to the others, your kidneys may be overworked from inadequate hydration. Move on to medications. Do you use painkillers more than once per week? Do you take NSAIDs without consulting a doctor? Are you on long-term prescriptions for blood pressure or diabetes without regular kidney function tests? If yes, you may be exposing your kidneys to drug-related damage without monitoring. Next, evaluate your diet. Do you eat processed or packaged food more than twice a day? Do you often consume instant noodles, deli meats, canned soups, or fast food? Do you add extra salt to your meals? If yes, your kidneys may be struggling with a high sodium burden, which leads to hypertension and filtration strain. Lastly, reflect on lifestyle. Do you exercise at least 20 minutes per day? Do you sleep at least 7 hours each night? Do you manage stress through relaxation or breathing techniques? If you answered no to 2 or more of these, your kidneys may lack the support needed for proper recovery and detoxification. Now that you have answered these questions, count the number of red flags. If you had 1 or 2 areas of concern, begin by improving one habit at a time. For example, replace one daily soft drink with a glass of water or cook dinner at home instead of ordering out. If you had 3 or more red flags, your kidneys could already be under strain. In that case, it is important to make multiple changes simultaneously. Increase your water intake, reduce sodium, stop unnecessary painkillers, and establish a regular sleep schedule. Remember, the goal is not a perfect score, but progress. Many patients improve kidney function just by adjusting 3 or 4 habits. Here is a simple action plan you can implement over the next 30 days. Week 1, focus on water. Aim for 8 glasses a day and monitor the color of your urine. It should be light yellow. Week 2, reduce salt. Avoid processed snacks and cook with herbs instead of salt. Week 3, replace painkillers with alternatives like ice packs, stretching, or herbal remedies. Week 4, start light movement. Walk after dinner, do gentle yoga, or spend 15 minutes outdoors daily. Throughout the month, keep a journal. Note what changes you make, how your body responds, and any improvements in energy, digestion, sleep, or mood. This awareness will keep you motivated. After 30 days, reassess using the same checklist. You may be surprised to see improvement, not just in your kidney health, but in your overall well-being. Patients often report fewer headaches, better focus, clearer skin, and more restful sleep. That is the power of kidney care. When your kidneys function well, they support every other system in the body. Blood pressure stabilizes, toxins are eliminated efficiently, and your risk for chronic disease declines. One of the most inspiring examples I have seen is a 70-year-old woman who thought it was too late to change. She had early-stage kidney disease and believed her age was a barrier. But she followed a plan similar to this checklist. Within 6 months, her kidney numbers improved and she no longer felt tired after meals. She told me that for the first time in years, she felt in control of her body. This is what I wish for you. Knowledge plus action leads to healing. In the next and final section, I will summarize the key takeaways from this journey and show you how to stay consistent with your kidney care for life. As we reach the end of this important journey, I want to remind you of the power that lives in your daily choices. Kidney health is not about luck or genetics alone. It is about the small, consistent actions you take every day. We began this conversation by highlighting 3 common habits that silently harm your kidneys. These include chronic dehydration, excessive use of over-the-counter medications, and a diet high in sodium and processed foods. These habits may seem harmless at first, but over time, they strain. The kidneys weaken their filtering ability and set the stage for long-term damage. Then we looked at what the kidneys truly need to function well. Adequate hydration is key. Pure, clean water is the most effective and natural way to support kidney function. Avoiding sugary beverages, excessive caffeine, and alcohol makes a big difference. Next, we explored the dangers of self-medicating, especially with painkillers. Many people use NSAIDs like ibuprofen or naproxen without realizing they reduce blood flow to the kidneys and can cause permanent injury with long-term use. Knowing this empowers you to make safer choices and talk to your doctor about alternatives. We also talked about the role of diet. The food you eat either supports or sabotages your kidneys. Fresh whole foods cooked at home with low salt and no additives allow the kidneys to work efficiently. Processed foods with hidden sodium phosphates and artificial ingredients force the kidneys to work harder than necessary. I also walked you through a typical day of kidney-supportive living from the moment you wake up to the time you go to sleep. We covered hydration, morning movement, balanced meals, stress reduction, and quality sleep. Each of these areas contributes to kidney protection. When you build your daily rhythm around these principles, your body responds with more energy, better digestion, clearer thinking, and improved lab markers. Then we heard inspiring stories from real patients who reversed early kidney damage with lifestyle changes. These were not people with perfect discipline or unlimited resources. They were everyday individuals who chose to act early and stay consistent. Their success shows that you too can protect and even improve your kidney function no matter your age. We also reviewed a personalized checklist to help you evaluate your current habits. This gave you a clear picture of where you might be putting your kidneys at risk and how to take practical steps toward healing. Whether you had 1 red flag or 5, the solution is always the same: awareness plus action. Finally, I shared a 30-day plan to help you transition step by step. By focusing on hydration, reducing sodium, avoiding unnecessary medications, and moving your body daily, you give your kidneys the support they need to recover and thrive. Let me leave you with this final message. Your kidneys are resilient. They work silently for you 24 hours a day without asking for much. But when they become overburdened, the signs are often subtle until the damage is advanced. That is why prevention is your most powerful tool. You do not need to wait for a diagnosis to start caring for your kidneys. You can begin today. Choose water over soda. Cook your meals with whole ingredients. Take walks, reduce stress, prioritize sleep. These are not extreme changes. They are shifts in direction, and each one adds up. In just a few weeks, you may feel lighter, clearer, more focused, and more in tune with your health. If you are already dealing with kidney issues, know that it is never too late. Talk to your healthcare provider. Ask for lab tests. Track your numbers. Make informed choices. Advocate for your own body. And if you are in good health, now stay that way. Do not take your kidneys for granted. Protect them, honor them, support them with the daily care they deserve. I have seen too many patients suffer because they waited too long, but I have also seen lives transformed by simple changes. The choice is yours. And I believe in your ability to choose well. Your kidneys will thank you.